So today's video, I'm going to talk about the 5 major faults I see golfers make with driver, and most importantly, how we're going to stop you making those mistakes and hit driver better than ever. So mistake number 1 is golfers just try and simply hit the ball. And they just get poor strikes, low ones, top slices. And I know what you're going to say, but we need to make contact with the ball. We do. But the problem is, when we're delivering driver, ideally what we'd like to see is that the lowest point of our swing is behind, the club's travelling up, and because we stand to the side of the golf ball's down near the ground. So the problem for most golfers is they get to the top of the golf swing, and because the golf ball's down there, they try and hit the golf ball. We see this big steep movement, de-lofting the golf club, and like I said, it results in loads of poor and inconsistent shots. So the first fix to take you away from hitting the golf ball is I literally want you to stand up there and just think about that club head, making half a circle on the way back, nice full circle on the way through. And we're just going to let the golf ball get in the way. So you're going to stand up there, just think half a circle back, full circle through. And straight away, you see a completely different golf shot. Even though it's not out the middle of the golf club, it's a good distance, it's in play. And if you're somebody who's been topping it, skying it, slicing it, something like that, straight away will get past problem number 1. So fault 2 with driver is golfers try and get the ball in the air. Now, obviously the ball is in the air to begin with, but they move the ball forward like they've been told, but when they look down at the driver and there's just no loft there, they make the backswing, sit on that back foot, swing back, and if they get it right, it's a cold top, and it might be accurate, but 30, 40 yards, no one's excited about that one. So the first thing you've got to do is you've got to trust the fact that the loft on the golf club, yes, might hit the ball lower to begin with, but we're going to move the ball forward in our stance. We're going to have a little bit of spine tilt away from the golf ball, which is going to make the lowest point of our swing naturally be behind the ball. And as the club's travelling up, in theory, that's going to add that little bit of loft. But you have to make sure from that setup that you still get your first movement, shifting that pressure onto that lead leg to deliver the club correctly. And we can see then, higher up the face, not using the bottom of the golf club, which is a huge advantage. And straight away, we've got rid of fault 1 by trying to hit the ball. We've then not tried to get the ball up in the air, but we can see that one, good speed, 255 carry and 281 total. Now, fault 3 is trying to make the ball go a particular distance. And I think most golfers have got a distance in mind with every club in the bag, but this one is just about as far as possible. And what they just do is they stand up there and just try and hit the ball as hard as they can. And we can see there, that one absolutely off the planet out to the right. And you know what? Not even as long as some of the shots I've already been hitting. Now, I don't disagree with wanting the golf ball to go further, but we're not doing it by trying to hit the ball hard, because as we're trying to hit the ball hard, we're tightening up into impact, not releasing the golf club, and as we're tightening up, we're actually taking speed away. So if you want to get past fault 3, have a couple of practice swings, just generally thinking about swinging faster on the way down. And I know you might say it doesn't feel controlled. Lack of control is lack of practicing at that speed. So once you can do a couple of quick ones like that, stand up there and just change that intent. We've got you set, as we've spoken about. Think about swinging fast. Felt nice. Wasn't quite as quick speed-wise, but again, it's been effortless. It's been controlled without trying to control it. It's 250 carry and 270 total. Now, fault 4 with driver is trying to hit the ball straight. And the majority of golfers I see, when they're really focused on trying to hit it straight, hit that horrible one out to the right. No control whatsoever. And we can see it impact there, the club face 12.6 degrees open. Now, the huge issue with trying to hit the ball straight is, one, you have to be incredibly good with that club face control, but also golfers have this thing in their head that because there's a straight line there, that they feel they want to guide the club down into impact, and you can see where that club face would be. Wide open, there's your slice. So, great feeling is kind of to give up a bit of control. So lift it up in front of you and just swing it like a baseball bat. And everybody that swings it there makes the same comment, how they almost feel like everything kind of rotates through impact. And I think that's a great feeling for anyone who slices the ball. Maybe not a great feeling if you're somebody who hooks it, but you want to get that feeling of the club moving very freely through the swing and then literally just tilt forward, let that club release nice and easily. And we can see that one just try to turn over a little bit from right to left, but not really trying to do that. And that club face actually coming back a little bit closed at impact, which I always say, if the club's starting to travel up, it's obviously working more left, and the club face is actually starting to close a little bit more. So the little draw shouldn't be as hard as everyone thinks. Now, fault number 5 is trying to strike driver perfectly out the middle every time. And it almost becomes such a stunted movement that golfers are anxious. They just don't let the golf swing flow freely through the bottom. So what we're saying is, modern drivers, lovely as it is to hit them perfectly out the middle, we don't actually need to hit it flush out the middle every time, but we do need to find fairly near the middle to get good launch, good spin, and obviously the curvature of the face not affect the shape of the shot too much. So when I watch golfers struggle with strike, I think a huge part of it is that they look fairly relaxed over the golf ball. But as they swing back and start their downswing, the grip pressure really changes. And then as a result of that, if I tighten up, the club's going to come a little closer to me and I'm going to hit it off the toe. I could tighten up and bring the club closer and top it. As a result of that, my body might move around to compensate. So find where your grip pressure is at address. So on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 might be almost dropping it, 10 might be strangling it. So for me, probably around 4. And then I'm going to try and keep that pressure the same all the way through my swing. And if I can do that, the strike should be a little bit more centered. Now, if it isn't and it's consistently one way, then you could just be the wrong distance from the ball, too far away or too close. But for now, focus on that grip pressure, get yourself set wherever you are, keep it there during the swing. And if you can find nearer the middle of the club face, just like that one, whatever speed you're swinging at, you're suddenly going to start maximizing your distance like that one, 250 and 275 total, by putting all the bits together in the golf swing. But you will notice that all 5 issues were about trying to make the golf ball do something. Now for me, the golf ball's stationary. So as long as you make your best golf swing, the ball gets in the way. But comment below, let me know out those 5 faults. How many do you do? Was it 1? Was it 2? 3? 4? Or would you have a full house? But comment below, let me know. Let me know if this video has helped your driving. If you've enjoyed it, like it. Subscribe to the channel. The videos are here to help you play better. Look forward to hearing how you're all hitting driver better than ever.